Hey, whoa, that was weird. I still have a little bit of a cold, so my voice just didn't work when I went to talk. I haven't talked in like a couple of hours, so anyway, before I start anything, I just want to let you know that the sound quality is going to be really bad because I don't have my microphone with me, and I apologize for that. I left it at my mom's house, and I'm staying over at my grandma's house, and my voice sounds really gravelly, and I'm not sure why. It's not a bad thing, it's just kind of funny. Anyway. It's like 1:30 at night, and I probably shouldn't talk too loudly. And in the background, you can see the cutesy duck. Hi, duck. Yeah. Anyway, I'm probably weird because it's late. I always get weird when it's late. It's probably not the best time to do videos, but whatever. Um, there's something I wanted to talk about, and that's very specifically mental health. And mental health is super important no matter what you're going through. But, because I'm transitioning, I want to make a point of chronicling kind of how I'm feeling. I don't know why. I think it's important to just keep track of how I'm feeling. And, I'm going to be starting testosterone in less than a week. And this will be good for posterity. I don't know. Anyway, so, as far as mental health goes, I'm not exactly the cleanest slate you'll find. I have a couple of mental health issues. The first one, this is all, at least some of these are unrelated to being transgender. The ones that are probably related are my social anxiety and my depression. But the other ones, like obsessive compulsive disorder, which I have even though I haven't been diagnosed, I'm pretty sure I have it. Also, sorry, I can't think. Asperger's syndrome, which is not necessarily a mental health thing. It might be chemical or biological. I don't really know. I don't think anyone really knows what causes it. But anyway, so I consider myself kind of like a walking psychology diagram because of all the crap that I have. I have, Asperger's, obsessive compulsive disorder. Have been diagnosed with ADD, attention deficit disorder. I have social anxiety and clinical depression. So a lot of things wrong with me. I'm gonna try to talk a little quieter because I think people are still up. My family stays up late watching medical dramas. It's just their thing, I guess. It's actually kind of funny, but anyway. Um, so yeah, mental health. I have to deal with a lot of things. And of course, on top of all that is being transgender, which is not necessarily, also is not necessarily a mental health thing. It might very well be biological or genetic or whatever. No one knows. It's the same with Asperger's. So now you know all the things that are wrong with me. Not like being trans or an Aspie is a bad thing, but just now you know all the things that affect me, I guess, is what I mean. So yay, now we can move on to the pills that I take. I don't know why I'm even doing this, just to let you know, I guess. I mean, and for myself too, for the future. I take two different kinds of pills to handle my anxiety and my depression. The first kind is called Cypralex, and I forget what it does, but it's one of the two, and it's like a little circle pill. And the other one I take is Buspirone, and it's more of a like eye-shaped pill. And these two pills that I take, two different kinds, I take several a day, and they handle my depression and my anxiety. When I don't take those pills, I am fairly bad. Like, I'm not psychotic or anything. Like, I can, but like, this is when I don't take my pills, I can't leave the house. So I need them. I actually started taking them after really serious depression and not being able to leave the house almost at all. I couldn't go to stores. I couldn't even really sit in the same room with other people because I was so anxious all the time. And, you know, part of that definitely had to do with being transgender and, just really hating my body and not being comfortable, and that's still true. But, on top of that, going through puberty, which was a nightmare and still kind of is. Well, not now, because it's done and I'm gonna transition really soon, but yeah, anyway, just at the onset of all that stuff, there was like a whole bunch of things that were happening in my life that weren't so good, and then that threw me into this downward spiral, and I just kept spiraling and kept spiraling, and it was at the point where, like, my mom was saying, like, she almost was thinking about hospitalizing me because I was, in such a bad condition, and it wasn't fun. Sometimes I get the feeling that people have this attitude towards mental health where it's like people are putting it on a little bit to make people feel sorry for them or to get attention or something. But let me tell you, like, I didn't. There's no way I would have made myself go through that unless it was out of my control. All of that was out of my control. I wanted to go outside and see my friends and be happy. The anxiety was like, it was just there all the time, eating at the back of my mind, like a presence, like you just can't ignore it, and it'd feel like, my stomach was on fire, and I just got sick, physically sick, because I was in so much mental agony, because I was anxious, and I was depressed, and I wasn't happy at all. It was really bad. So I started taking the medication, and look, if you're in that kind of situation that I was in, where you can't leave the house and you feel awful, medication is a good bet. I didn't want to take it. I didn't want to take it. I was afraid of what it would do to me or how it would make me feel. But the thing is, medication doesn't change who you are. What it does is it shaves off that level of anxiety or depression that you're having, and it makes it bearable. So it made it bearable, and I was able to go back to school for, half days. But that was pretty amazing considering the last year. I mean, not to brag, but like the last year I couldn't even go outside, and then, a year and a half or 2 years later, I was able to go back to school, and it was, excuse me, I'm still a bit sick. It was much better. So, if you need medication, then you need medication, and it doesn't mean you're going to be on it forever, but look, it helped me, and I could get back to kind of living my normal life, as normal as my life ever is, but, so if you need it, then don't be afraid of it. It's not scary. It might be initially when you're starting it, but look, it helps you, so it's like anything. If you need treatment, then you get treatment. So currently, I think my mental health is better. I mean, I'm not perfect. I still have a lot of trouble going on the bus. I hate the bus. Oh my god, the city bus. It's like, I don't think anyone likes the bus. Maybe some weirdo does, but no. But I don't. You're sitting there surrounded by people, and they're sitting next to you, and you're just like, I mean, that's just how I feel. Like, I don't want people to sit next to me. I don't want all these strangers, not talking. And it's like, it really freaks me out. I hate the bus. I hate it. And, the seats are gross, and I don't want to touch anything, and it's like, ugh. So, excuse me, this is really annoying. I shouldn't be talking, but anyway, I'm sorry. I hate the bus, and I still have a lot of trouble. And sometimes I hate stores, and I hate having to go buy things, and I hate just walking around sometimes because I think I look stupid, or I look, just totally not at all how I want to be seen, which is an aspect of being transgender. I still have a lot of social issues. I find making friends pretty hard. I find it hard to get together with my friends. Like, I have been, and I went to see them just on Friday. I hung out with them, but, like, it's hard. So, anything's, I'm just gonna cough this whole video, but anyway, it's hard to go see my friends still, but at least I'm doing it, And actually, on Friday, I told my friends, I think I might have said this the last video, I don't even know anymore. I'm so tired right now, but I shouldn't even be doing this. But I told my friends that I'm transgender, and they were like, okay, alright, like, we're not impressed. I get the feeling that they always kind of knew, even if they didn't label it as that, they knew, so they don't care. I still have 2 more friends to tell, but one of them already knows, I'm pretty sure, and the other one is really nice, so I'm not worried. I'm just totally getting off track here, but yeah, so I've talked about my depression and my anxiety. My anxiety is still bad. It still gives me daily trouble. I find a lot of simple stuff really hard. I get overwhelmed really easily. Little things really can bother me, like if the dishes are dirty and I get overwhelmed by needing to clean them, and there's so many dishes and all the forks, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I'm very anxious and very all the time, but not as much as I was, and it's bearable. Like I keep saying, it's bearable now, which is great. It's still a struggle, but I can do stuff again, so yay. So right now, how am I feeling? I have to pin down this thought and talk about it. I'm feeling okay. Anxious as always, not as depressed as I've been for a long time. Just the thing that bothers me the most is how slowly everything goes. I'm just sitting around, I'm waiting for things to happen. It's been like 8 months since I've talked to my psychologist about being transgender. Like, the waiting is ridiculous, and it's tough to sit here and know that it's gonna be a long time until I'm happy with how I feel and how I look. And it's not so much how I look, it's just, well, it is, but it's how I don't look. Does that make sense? It's like I don't want to have to wear a binder, anymore. Now, by the way, I don't sleep in this. That's a bad idea. Don't sleep in your binder. You need to breathe. Your lungs and your rib cage needs to expand. So, don't sleep in your binder. I learned from experience. So, what am I saying? Yeah, just the rate of how slowly everything is going. Like I said last video, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but it's taking a long time. So, yeah. And I've been kind of obsessively checking transitioning blogs and stuff online, and for when the people start going on testosterone, like how soon are the changes, like I really want to know. And unfortunately the changes take a long time. One of the things I'd love to have is beautiful sideburns. I want sideburns. I want like John Lennon 1969 sideburns, like really nice sideburns. I don't know why, but I do. And unfortunately, it takes years to grow any facial hair, which I didn't know. Like, I only learned that like maybe 4 months ago, that it takes years to grow facial hair. It also takes months for your voice to change. Apparently it takes 2 to 3 months to hear any noticeable change. I don't know how accurate that is. It's probably different for different people, but that's kind of, again, a long time. And by then, I'll be halfway through my first term at school. And the idea that I had kind of going into the summer was, well, I'm gonna be starting to have transitioned by school, and I'm gonna finally start looking and sounding like a boy, finally. But unfortunately, I don't think that's really gonna happen. I don't think my voice is gonna change all that much. Unless it's gravelly again, that's just because I've been talking too much today, I guess. And I'm still kind of sick. I just got over strep throat. I'm really tired. I should be going to bed, but whatever. Whatever, who cares? I just like rambling. Yeah. And I have other, mental health issues. Do I? Well, just, I mean, like little things, like hating my hair and blah 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 blah. Who cares? I'm really tired. I should just go to bed. It's been like 15 minutes that I've been rambling, and I hope you can hear me. It's like the fans going in the background, and that duck is just sitting there on the thing, staring at me with its one black eye. It's like so weird. I'm so tired. I'm not even making sense. But look, the point is, I have struggles. I have mental health struggles that go beyond being transgender, and a lot of people do, in my experience. So I don't know what my point is. Like, you're not alone, I guess. A lot of people have depression and anxiety and stuff, and it is kind of unfortunate when you're also autistic, like I am. But hey, I mean, other people are autistic too, and they get along. And I try to get along. So yeah, I mean, like, look, my mental health at its worst was like a 1, and I was close to, bad things. But now it's like a 5 or a 6. It's not bad. That's getting into the positive range. I'm feeling overall happier, and my friends know, and they seem to be accepting me, so that is wonderful. My dad is really accepting, my mom is really accepting, my grandma has trouble with the pronoun things, but I can cut her slack. She grew up in the 50s and the 60s, so I totally understand. I feel, 5 or a 6 on the happy scale, and as opposed to being a 1 or a 2 a couple years ago, so I am better. And so I guess I'm trying to say, if you're in a really bad place, this is important, okay? It gets better. And when you're there in the utter dark pits of, sadness and utter depression, you don't think it's ever gonna get better, but it does. I promise. I promise, if you stick to it, if you keep going, then it will get better. Because the human brain goes in cycles, right? So you'll have a phase where you're off, and you'll have a phase where you're on, and everything's not gonna always be bad. So if you stick around long enough, you'll see the happy start coming back. It takes a while, but I didn't think I'd feel happier. I do feel happier, so that was surprising, but I'm better. I'm better. I'm almost a 6. That's pretty good for me, especially. Anyway, so look, if you're having troubles, like, let me know. Like, email me. I'll put my email in the description. Like, I'm not really too experienced with life, I guess. I mean, I'm 16. I'm gonna be 17 in a couple of months, but I want to help people, so because I know what it feels like to really hate yourself, be depressed, be anxious, and feel like it's all hopeless. So like, mental health is tough, and if you are in a tough situation, like I keep saying, just please, send me an email, please, because I want to help you. I do, and because I wish someone could have helped me when I was feeling really bad. It makes a big difference when there's someone who will talk to you about it. So yeah, just let me know. And I apologize again for the sound quality. I know it's crappy, but I don't have my microphone, so meh. And the duck is still in the background. I can't get over that. It's so sinister. I don't know. Anyway. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you did watch, it's been like 20 minutes, and I'm just, oh my gosh. Wow, I'm just rambling. It all started because I saw a video that one of my favorite YouTubers, Uppercase Chase 1, who's female to male transgender, he did this video, and I just watched it today, and it was about his top surgery transition. What am I talking about? He did his top surgery, and he was, comparing how he felt before it to afterwards, and how it felt going through it, and then, and it kind of almost made me cry because it was so emotional, and I was just, and he's at the other side of it now, and obviously he's much happier, and that's an example of someone who was in a really bad place, it looked like, and is now in a much better place, and it just really affected me, because, like, I'm not even close to there yet, but damn it, we're balls rolling. That was that was like a innuendo anyway. So if you've got to this point, then you win an award, and I'll give you a hug. And now I gotta get to sleep because it is late, and I am just rambling up a storm. I don't even know. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go listen to Beatles songs and calm down, because that's what I do when I need to calm down. I am the Walrus. Goodbye, people. See you later.